Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be working out here in our pasture area because we've actually got a problem that I found the other day and we need to fix this as soon as possible. So right here in front of this gate there is a culvert that goes under the ground right here. We've got a ditch where water flows from up there down through our pasture, and I've put this culvert in twice and it's starting to wash out again. It's not really starting to wash out on top as much, but it's starting to wash out along the edge. So if you look right here, it is washed out. You see there's the barbed wire at the bottom of the fence. It has washed out this big hole, and that is plenty big enough for a coyote to get in the pasture, and if they get into here they can get into the barn and in the barnyard. So need to cover this up. We've had a lot of coyote problems lately. So when I originally put in this culvert pipe, I didn't have enough soil to cover up the entire length of pipe. I just had enough to go from the outside of the fence to the other end of the pipe. So just a little over half of the pipe got covered up. I think it's about a 20-foot long pipe. So today I actually got clay soil on hand. So I've got a pile of clay soil. We're going to take that and we're going to try to fix this hole right here and cover this out to the end of the pipe and get this all covered up the way I should have done it the first time. So after several bucket loads of clay, we finally got this filled in here, got our hole filled in as well where it washed out, and we've got enough clay in here that it's down to the very end of the culvert pipe. Now I need to pack this down. I need to get it good and packed down, but if you look at where the tracks are from the tractor, that lines up right onto the culvert pipe, right on the edge. So I can't drive the tractor through here, it's too narrow. And everything is so soft down here too. We have really tore this up. Rebecca's trying to push in where the ruts are, but they're probably like a foot deep from the tractor. So she's gonna drive the four-wheeler instead. We're gonna bring the four-wheeler down here and we're gonna drive over this, several times, see if we can pack this down and level it out. All right, we got the clay soil packed down, I think fairly good, just with the four-wheeler, it's fairly level. And I think it looks pretty good right now. Pretty happy with the way it's looking. But if you look at the barbed wire, and you look at how much space is under this barbed wire, I still got 4 or 5 inches between the barbed wire and the ground here. So this still needs to come up. Still needs to bring in a few more inches of soil here. And if you look over here, I mean, you can tell where the culvert is, right? The culvert's right here. There's no grass growing. And that's the whole problem. If there's grass growing on this, that would really help with erosion. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put some topsoil on top of here and put some new topsoil on top. We're gonna put some topsoil on here as well. And we're gonna get some grass seeded in here. And hopefully, if I can get the grass to grow, you know, I won't have too much trouble with this eroding anymore. So hopefully this is the last load of dirt for outside the fence, because we are really tearing it up out here. Look how deep these ruts are. I feel like we're doing more bad than good tearing all this up. But we needed to get this filled in. This was important. So we needed to get this filled in so no predators could get inside of here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some buckets. We're gonna fill in over there on that side of the fence. I want to try to do as few loads as possible, because I really don't want to tear up this pasture like we just did out here. I mean, this is pretty bad. All right, I think we're finally ready to start putting some grass seed on top of our topsoil over here. So I've got 2 different mixes here. So the first one is it's called Speedy Green. Basically, this is mostly annual ryegrass. It's made to establish grass very quickly. A lot of this will come up in like 4 to 5 days. Now in here, I've got a pasture mix. I've got a 50-pound bag of pasture mix back at the barn, and I've put some of that in here. And this is basically designed for livestock to eat it, right? So this is good forage for livestock. It's got different grasses. It's got legumes like red clover. There may even be some alfalfa in here, but this is designed for pasture. And that's what we really want to get growing here, but it takes longer. Some of this may take up to 2 weeks to get established. So we're going to put both of these grasses down today. We're going to cover them up with straw, and hopefully in a couple weeks, this is all nice and green, and this won't wash out anymore. Yeah, we're just going to end up just such a small area. We're just going to spread this out by hand. Should only take a couple minutes. All right, I think this has turned out pretty good. So if we look here, At our bottom barbed wire, I can just barely get my hand under it. We got about 1 inch right there. Come over here, we probably got about 2 inches right there. So that's perfect. I usually shoot for about 2 inches above the ground for that bottom barbed wire, and that's just to prevent animals from crawling under there. So that ought to be good. As long as we can get this grass established before it washes out, we should be good for a long time. So we got our temporary electric wire back up, and then we've rearranged these panels here so that the steers can come out to this side of the pasture. That way they're not walking on top of where we just planted that with grass. So we'll kind of keep that area roped off so that the steers can't get to it. That way it'll have a better chance of growing. And over the next couple days it's going to rain again. I think it's going to rain for like the next 2 or 3 days. So hopefully that doesn't wash out. Hopefully it's just a nice gentle rain and everything gets growing over there just fine. So we'll just have to wait and see how that ends up turning out. But at least the hole is plugged, right? The fence where it was washing out, that's plugged. Don't have to worry about coyotes being able to just walk right into the barnyard. So that's a good thing. So glad we got that taken care of. We'll just have to wait and see how the grass ends up turning out.
All right, so our steer over here with the funny shape, like black area on his face, we were trying to come up with a name, and we asked for some suggestions, and we got tons and tons of suggestions. There were quite a few that I got a kick out of, and some I'd kind of thought about, because somebody said something about Rorschach, and it did remind me of the ink blot test. That's kind of what his face reminds me of. But overwhelmingly, people liked Oreo, and the kind of deciding factor was my niece. She liked Oreo, and that's the name she picked, so that's what we're going to go with. We're going to call him Oreo.
So there was a lot of good names suggested in the comments. We do appreciate that. I think overwhelmingly Oreo was probably the one mentioned the most. I honestly thought that was one. That's one I predicted. I predicted people would say that one. So
we tried out a few different names. We called him a few different things. Smudge, thought that was cute. Did call him that for about a day. Just trying out different stuff.
Yeah, but she was saying the ink blot thing. She had said that before we even posted the video. She talked about that because she said everybody she showed it to
saw something different.
Yeah, they saw something different, like the ink blot test, like the Rorschach, whatever.
Rorschach.
Yeah. So she had already thought about that beforehand, and a lot of good names out there. But yeah, Oreo's the name for now. That one's gonna stick.
Oh yeah. Oh, good stuff. Yeah.
So Fireball was already friendly, but Rebecca's got him eating out of her hands.
He was already eating out of.
Yeah, he was already eating out of Lila's hands, so he already loved apples.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, you can't take the whole bag.
Now the trick's gonna be, she's gonna have to work on these two over here so they start eating out of her hands. So I'm sure she'll have it done before it's over with.
Now see if you follow me.
I guarantee he's gonna follow you.
Are you interested in a kitty? Fireball. Fireball. Oh, that's how. Come here.
Look at this. It's like a freaking zoo around here.
No, you don't get apples. You can have a little
Now the
apple.
goats want some.
The little one. Don't break your legs. Be careful.
Well, I think they're more interested in the pasture now than the apples.
Oh, here, Fireball. yay, somewhere else to play. Please be careful.
Well, guys, I think we're done working out here on the pasture, trying, fixing the culvert where it washed out. I didn't have enough dirt to fill it all in last time. So hopefully everything will be good now. Hopefully none of our animals get out. Hopefully no predators get in.
Yeah, we've had coyote problems for the last 3 weeks, so I'm shocked no coyotes got in here.
Yeah, and I'm surprised our dogs didn't get in here either. But the coyotes have been really bad. Like they've got within about 100 feet of the house more than once. And they look like they're trying to stalk our ducks. And the dogs normally are the ones that notice them and chase them off. But yeah, coyotes been really bad.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad the cows are out there now. The grass is getting all nice and green.
Yeah, the steers haven't been on this side of the pasture yet, so this is going to be, it's like a new area for them. So they're out there exploring. They are trying to eat what little grass we do have, but you can tell, like, the grass is really starting to grow. Like, it's really greening up. So they're definitely going to have, they're going to have plenty of grass. Give it another couple weeks, I think they'll have plenty of grass.
The female turkey's pecking
Pecking your leg?
my back pocket.
These turkeys, these turkeys follow us everywhere, don't they?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
They're like attention hogs.
They are, and they're so loud. So today is a beautiful day, and Rebecca was out there earlier, and I dumped all that dirt, and she started picking out worms, didn't you?
Well, yeah, they were like good-sized worms.
Yeah, she wanted to go fishing today. So she was wanting to get some worms and go fishing, and I said, there's still plenty of dirt up at the house. We can go dig through there and find some worms and see if we can catch something. But that's probably how we'll spend our afternoon.
Yeah, because you stepped on the 2 worms I found.
Well, we had to pack that dirt down. We had to get some grass planted.
They were good ones.
I bet you we'll find some more. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for us today. We'll probably go, it'll be our first time fishing this year. Yeah, so we're going to go fish and see if we can catch something. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.